I'm so excited for this wedding. It is finally going to be happening tomorrow.
That's right. And I know that you've really been looking forward to this, Keegan. Although I didn't think you'd be getting as excited as you have been these past couple of weeks. But I'm glad to see you are that happy.
Of course I'm going to be getting excited about our wedding weeks in advance. And once this is all over with, we can finally get down to business being a married couple.
What? What do you mean get down to business? It's not like things are going to change that much for us once we have this wedding and are married.
Well, I guess so. I was more talking about myself. I'm so happy we moved into our new house so quickly.
Me too. I know that things were a bit stressful for you back when you still had to live at your mom's house. But with the house we have now, it's not in such a bad place for the both of us to be living, and it's not too far from my office. By the way, I'm almost home from work.
Oh, is that right? I haven't really made anything for dinner yet. Can you buy something on your way home then? Then you and I can have whatever you'd find for dinner together.
What? You still haven't made anything to eat for dinner? This is like the third time now of you doing this. I thought we'd already talked about how on days where you don't have to work, you should do the cooking so that we're not spending a whole lot of money on takeout. This week alone, I've been either having to do all the cooking for us, or I've been having to get takeout when I'm coming home late.
Well, what's wrong with that? It won't be long before things change for the better between you and I, and we won't have to talk like this anymore. So please, buy us something good on your way home. I'm not in the mood to make anything up for us to eat right now.
What do you mean by that? Are you going to be getting a new job or something?
No, that's not at all what I'm talking about. This just has to do with me. All you have to do is look forward to what I'm talking about, since it's going to be a surprise.
A surprise? What could it be? Well, for the time being, I'll go find us something to eat, and then I'll be on my way home. I should be there soon, so please at least get all the cleaning done that I asked you to do today.
Congratulations on yesterday's wedding. I'm sure you're all tired out now, Allison. But even if you have been very busy lately with things like the wedding, things will only become more tough for you in these coming days. So while you have a little bit of breathing room, please take a break.
Good evening, Conrad. And thank you for getting in touch with me after the wedding. That is very kind of you. I really look forward to what life has to offer now that I'm your daughter-in-law.
No. I look forward to what life has to offer you now that I'm your father-in-law. You have always been the sweetest woman I've known, so please know just how thankful I am for having someone like you come and marry my son. He had been such a selfish pain in my butt, so thank you.
Hey, you don't have to say that. He has a lot of great things about him as well, and that's why we ended up getting married. I understand that he has a sloppy side to him, but from now on, I'll work together with him to slowly fix that.
Keegan is a very lucky man for being able to find such a loving and caring young woman like yourself. And I'm not just saying how thankful I am towards you for taking him, but also taking his super selfish mother.
Excuse me? His mother?
I really have no idea how to explain to you just how thankful I am for what you're doing. If there is anything you ever are having trouble with, let me know. I'll do whatever I can, if I can even do anything. Please take great care of those two.
Hold on a second, Conrad. What do you mean by those two?
In just 2 days, Keegan's mother will be moving in with the both of you, right? I'm really sorry that I had to divorce her so close to your guys' wedding.
What? Huh? She's coming to live with us now? I have been trying to call you for a whole day now, yet you haven't been answering any of my calls, Keegan. Why won't you pick up your phone?
I was just getting some very much needed sleep is all. I slept so well that I won't need to sleep for at least a couple of days now. Did you need something from me? Wedding is over with now, so you shouldn't be needing much right now, right?
I want to know why right after our wedding, you've been dodging all my calls for a day. And what is this about you going with your mother out to a resort and leaving me here at the house all alone right after our wedding? And yesterday, I started to hear some things from your father that I thought I'd never have to hear.
My mom has done everything for me ever since I was a little baby, so I had to show her how thankful I am. I wanted to take her to that resort so that her and I could take some time to relax together. What's so bad about that?
That is not the problem I'm having right now. I told you already that I just wanted it to be you and I living together, right? So why did I hear from your father yesterday that your mother would be coming now as well?
What the heck? Did my dad really have to go and spoil everything like that? I planned to make it a big surprise for you and everything. Well, he wasn't lying to you then. My mom is coming to live with us now. The wedding is all over with now, so it's about time someone's parents, or I guess I should say parent, moved in with us, right?
What? No! I have no idea what you're going on about right now, Keegan. It's only been 3 days since our wedding. We haven't even had a honeymoon or anything yet, and you're talking about having your mother come and live with us? What is going on here? Is this what you meant by things would be getting better after the wedding?
That's right. Because tomorrow my mom is going to be living with us. I'm sure you've been looking forward to this, right? I know you were going on and on about how you didn't want to be living with anyone's parents, but that was all lies, right? I realize that I really need my mom, so that's why she'll be coming. You never have to do anything like cook or clean, so I really need my mom right now more than ever.
And do you know why I'm never cooking and cleaning? Because I'm the one working more hours than you, requiring me to be out of the house a lot of the time. Did you really think it was a smart idea to make a choice like that without even talking to me first?
Huh? That house is under my name.
And? What are you trying to say right now? How does your name being on the house and having your mother come and live with us have anything to do with one another? From the start, I was telling you that I did not want either of our parents living with us. We talked about that plenty of times before we even got married. I thought things were understood between you and I, and that we would be able to enjoy our lives as a married couple together with nobody else around. Does this mean you were never actually listening to what I said?
I actually never said this to you before getting married, but my mom and dad got a divorce.
And I heard about that from your father yesterday.
That's when I realized I need to take care of my mom now. And my mom told me that she wants to support me. So why can't she come to our house and live with us, right? You and I are upstairs, so I was thinking of making the room next to the living room my mom's room. Could you please get all your things out of there?
Are you being serious right now? We put that room together for our first baby when we have kids. Ugh, I can see now that no matter what I say to you, you're not going to listen.
When you're pregnant, we can think about where to put the kid. But right now, my mom is coming to live with us, so we need a place for her. She is in need of a place, so we have to help her.
You're not doing this to help her, though. You're doing this because you want someone else to start doing the chores and cooking for you because you don't want to, right?
It's been a real pain in my butt having a wife around who doesn't do anything for me. Even my mom understands that.
So that's why during our whole wedding, your mom was completely ignoring me and wouldn't even look me in the eyes when I approached her. I was wondering what happened to her, but now I know that she's been deceived.
Well, who cares now? No matter what you have to complain about me, it's not going to matter. This is my surprise present to you, so you're going to have to take it. You always said you didn't want to live with either of our parents, but that had to be a lie, right? And the same goes for me, right? I might have said a thing or two about not wanting my parents to move in with us, but I was lying as well. Tomorrow, my mom will be moving in, so clean out that room.
Then I'll be moving my things out.
Oh? That would be wonderful. I know that you and I were both kidding about not wanting anyone's parents moving in, but I also expected you to put up a bit more of a fight. Thank goodness you were so easy to talk with.
Well, I've already come to the conclusion that no matter what I say, it'll be landing on deaf ears. Now, I'm going to go deal with my things. She'll be moving in tomorrow, right? That means you'll be coming home together with her, right?
That's right. Get everything ready to celebrate my mom moving in. See you tomorrow.
I hope you're looking forward to this. Conrad, what you were saying yesterday was no joke. But I'm very sorry to have to say that I never knew about Keegan's mother moving in with us.
I thought that might have been the case. I was thinking that he went ahead and made the choice to move her in with you both on his own, and totally skipped asking you about it. That's one of the reasons I reached out to you yesterday, to make sure you were aware of what would happen. I thought there would be no way my son could do that to you, but now you had to get all caught up in my son's selfishness just like I've been. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry for what's happened. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. We went through with that large wedding and everything, yet I'm not going to be able to live with Keegan's mother. And like you've been saying, your son is a very selfish man, and I can no longer put up with his self-centered thought process any longer. I'm sure you don't want to be hearing this from me, and it's strange for me to even be bringing it up to you in the first place.
Oh, listen, it's fine. I have known for a very long time now that you are a wonderful young woman, and so I can completely understand where you're coming from. But my son is not the right person for you, and I've known that for a while as well. He has always lived life being spoiled by his mother, and because of that, he has always thought that he didn't need to do anything because his mother would come to save him. I think that whatever you have in mind will not only teach him a lesson, but bring some joy to me as well.
You think so? Hearing you of all people say something like that actually makes me feel better about what I have up my sleeve.
This is because I feel very bad for you. So if there is anything you need from me, please don't keep yourself from asking me.
Thank you so much. That actually is one thing I'd love to ask for your help with.
Answer your dang phone! What happened to all the things in our house? Why is there nothing in the kitchen and living room? What the hell did you do while I've been out of the house? Why didn't you ask me for permission before doing whatever you've done?
You're the one that never asked me for permission before bringing your mother home, so what's the problem here?
What was that? If you're looking at your phone right now, then you can pick up my dang calls. What the hell has happened to all the furniture and everything in this house?
All of the furniture and everything? That was all my stuff that I brought into the house when we moved in.
What? What the hell are you trying to say right now?
I told you that I'd be taking care of all my things, didn't I? So I went and took care of all my things. Do you have a problem or something with what I've done?
Of course I have a problem with this. I told you just to take care of all your things that were in the room next to the living room, right? Why did you take things like all the appliances in the house and all the furniture as well? Tell me what you are trying to do right now.
Things like all the appliances and the furniture were bought with my money, so there shouldn't be any problems with you, right? I'm leaving that house for good now, so I decided that I'd take it all with me. Am I wrong for doing what I've done?
What? You're leaving for good? You're leaving my house for good? Why are you leaving the house? What do you want to tell me about now? I never heard anything from you before about how you wanted to leave my house. What is going on here, Allison? Who do you think you are, leaving my house without even saying anything first?
I've told you already, Keegan. How many more times am I going to have to tell you? You were the one that started doing things without talking to me first. And I've grown really tired of you doing things like that with me, and this is the outcome of that. That's why I found out that the only thing left there was for me. That's when I figured out that the only thing there was left for me to do was leave. I did what you asked of me yesterday, and that was clean out all my stuff from the room next to the living room. So there should be no problems, right?
But you're leaving my house for good. So that means we won't be living together under the same roof anymore, right?
Nope. Because we are getting a divorce now.
What?
We are getting a divorce, and that is why I had to gather up all my things and get them out of that house yesterday. I had someone who was able to come and help me as soon as I called for them, so we made it all happen like a piece of cake. I can no longer handle being with you, and I will not let your mother or you follow me. The two of you can figure something out for yourselves now. The house is your house after all, right?
No. Are you actually being serious about this right now? What the hell are you talking about, Allison? A divorce? I never heard anything from you about that either.
And I never heard anything from you about having your mother move in with us last minute. If you're going to call that your surprise present to me, then consider this divorce my surprise present to you. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I've enjoyed that present from you. Your father was kind enough to get all the divorce papers in line for me, so make sure you get them from him and hand them in as soon as possible. If you try fighting this divorce or try to do anything weird, you are only going to be wasting both of our time, and that's not very good.
What? What the? You had my dad helping you? You went and brought all of this up with my dad?
I had to, Keegan. Who do you think was the one who helped me get all my things out of your house?
No way. You asked my dad to help you move away and he actually helped you? Why would you even get my dad involved in all this in the first place? And why would he help you?
Because your father was the one who offered me the help. So I just went along with what he was saying and asked that he bring his truck to help me escape. Also, he was the first person I heard from about how you and your mother had been planning for your mother to move into the house without ever talking to me.
Huh? Since when have you and him been so close to where you guys can talk about things like that?
It all started with how he told me how he was happy to have finally said goodbye to his selfish little son. And then after that, he said as a token of his thanks for taking you, he would help me with anything I needed. So he went and asked a friend of his who owns a small moving business to come over to the house and help me move out. Your father came along as well with his pickup truck and helped me with whatever other things I had, and we got out of there. That's why even the heaviest of furniture, like the coffee table and dining table, are all gone.
So you're being serious about this? You really plan to leave this house and me? Why do you want a divorce? And what about my things like the TV and my stereo system? Were you really that upset about me moving my mom into the house with us? She is my very important mom. So why can't you understand how I feel about her?
Come on. I had told you time and time again, even before you and I started dating. I did not want to have to live with either of our parents after getting married, and that was no joke. And as for the TV and stereo system, those are both mine as well. I brought a lot of those things with me from my old place, and then whatever else we needed that I didn't have, I bought with my own money. There's no reason for me to be leaving my things with you, right? Most of it I've already sold in hopes of getting enough money for me to have a decent place to myself. But not all of it sold for as much as I was hoping.
But how the hell are my mom and I supposed to live in this empty house that has barely any furniture or anything in it? My mom finally moved into here today, and now there is nothing for her to sit on out in the living room and no TV for her to watch her dramas on. Don't you at least feel sorry for her?
Would you shut your mouth already, you asshole?
What?
How much more are you going to keep whining and complaining about things, causing Allison all kinds of trouble before you feel satisfied with being a little bitch? How freaking stupid are you? I mean, really? You think you can just get away with doing whatever you want because your useless mother spoiled the hell out of you or something? You don't even work a proper job right now at your age, so what makes you think you deserve any respect from anyone for what you do? I'm embarrassed to think that I'm your father of all people.
Wait, my father? Is that you, Dad?
That's right. I can't watch this happen anymore, because you are so freaking annoying that it's driven me up so many walls.
Hold on a second. Why are you with Allison right now? I have no idea what's been going on here, so please explain this all to me.
You didn't say anything at all to your wife, and decided to move your mother into that house, even though Allison had specifically told you multiple times that she didn't want anyone's parents moving into the house. And then you only first started to talk about it the day before your mother was going to move in, like you could get away with something like that because she's just your mother. Also, I've heard about how you don't have a job right now. Since when did you go and quit your job or get fired from your job? You are nothing more than a worthless leech, you. Not only have you had no job, but you've been asking for your wife to spoil you and won't even bother with things like chores or cooking. And then you started to ask your hard-working wife to do things for you like the cleaning and the cooking, right before bringing your mom into the house, which your wife had specifically told you not to. You are so mentally... I'm crying right now just thinking about how much of a screw-up you've become. How old are you even? Stop acting like a damn child and snap back into reality. God damn it.
What? Why were you told about how I'm unemployed right now? Wait, Allison even knew about it? How did she find out? I made it seem like I was working a job all that time and did everything to make sure nobody would find out I've been unemployed.
But the thing is, you're not very good at lying. Always sitting around the house all day like that does not make for a good cover-up. You really thought I wasn't going to notice you never leaving the house?
Is that you again, Allison? What the hell is going on here? How are you able to find that out?
I just told you, you idiot. And the reason your father had to just butt in there is because he couldn't watch this unfold anymore. He was so upset about what his son had turned into that he took my phone from me and started to tear into you. And that's just how fed up your father and I are with you. Do you understand that now? This is why your father has been helping me.
But why would you tell my dad about how I'm unemployed now? You've gone and made me look like a useless freak.
What? So you've known that you're a useless freak all this time then? Then maybe you should have gone out and found another job, you idiot. But instead, all you did was sit around the house like a sloth, eating chips and watching your movies, never even bothering with the chores I asked you to do. I only let that go on for a little while because you and I had only just married. I'd even thought to myself that maybe once the wedding was over with, you'd finally get back on track and look for a new job, but you didn't. Instead, you went and started your plan of moving your mother into our house, even though I said no to something like that so many times. Right?
I had no choice, though. My mom only has a little bit of money coming from every month from her Social Security, so she was in need of someone who could take care of her in her old age. And what was supposed to make taking her in pay off was the fact that she'd clean and cook for me. I thought that by having her around it would help you out and that you'd be alright with everything.
Did you just say her Social Security? Keegan, she's not even 60 years old yet. Do you have any idea how old one has to be before getting that?
What? She's not getting money every month yet?
You don't even have any common sense. I'm out of here, man. There's no way a man like you in your 30s has made it this far like that. And now you're talking like you need your mother back because you can't even take care of yourself? What the hell happened to you? Honestly, I don't even want the answer to that one. Just go ahead and leave me alone now. You have that whole house to yourself now to do with what you want. And you can even have your mother sleep with you now upstairs. But beware, you might have the place under your name, but who do you think has been the one paying for it? Me. And now that I'm out of there, you'll have to pay on your own. So good luck with that.
Huh? You're not even going to continue paying for the house?
Are you actually that smooth-brained or something? What the hell? Why the hell would I be paying for a house I don't even live in anymore? Do you even understand what the definition of divorce is? I'll be getting a settlement from you as well in this divorce, so please get all your money together for that.
What? What do you keep going on about? A settlement now? I think you're taking all of this way too far.
I was the one that had to pay for that entire wedding in the end, right? And before we even got married, I had told you at least 10 times that I did not want us living with any of our parents. But you never listened and stabbed me in the back only days after the wedding. This divorce is because of all that, and I will need you to pay me back for a part of that wedding. I want at least half of what that wedding cost me. Your father even said he'll get you to pay, so don't even begin to think that you can run.
What? My dad said that? What the hell is going on? Why is my dad taking your side in all of this? I am his son, his only child. And my mom had to be kicked out of the house by dad as well. You both are the worst. At least give me back all the furniture that you took.
You really think that your father and I are the worst? Because of how useless your mother is, your father had to live a life of hell. I don't want to say anything more about what happened with those two because they're not my parents, but he struggled for a long time dealing with you two. It was also your mother who chose to leave and not your father forcing her out. Your father had nothing to do with that, and he made sure that she had some money in order to take care of herself for a little bit. There you go. You can see now that your father did nothing more than get rid of 2 bad eggs, so stop your complaining.
I'm sure that may be the case, but this is bad for me. Allison, please do not divorce me like this. I don't want to lose you, okay? I want for you, my mom, and I to all get along together and be happy.
I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not your guys' family anymore. Also, your mother was never even family to me from the very beginning. You both do nothing but care for yourselves, and anytime something you do affects other people, you just expect them to deal with it because you guys know you can't be asked to give up something you want for someone else. So to hell with you both. Go and sign those dang divorce papers and then get the hell out of my life. Now, that is it from me. Bye forever. Enjoy your new life with that mother of yours. Conrad, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Because of you and your help, I was able to find myself a new place right away and was able to move into there without any hiccups.
Not even that is enough to thank you for what you'd done by getting my son and ex away from me, and then giving them what they both deserve. But the fact that they caused you that much trouble this time, I am so sorry.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. I hope that by doing what we've done to Keegan, he'll have learned a thing or two and will no longer be a problem for either of us ever again.
Allison, I'm sure after this we won't really be seeing one another anymore, but if there is ever anything, and I mean anything, you need my help with, please let me know and I'll do my best. To me, even if you are leaving my son to be on your own, you are my daughter. Like my daughter, I should say. I'll make sure you get that money you asked for in the settlement, so please relax and take some time to think about what you'll do next.
Thank you so very much for helping me get here, Conrad. If ever there's another chance for you and I to talk or meet, I'll really be looking forward to it. Now, since you and I are both on our own again, let's be careful while making the most of our lives as single adults again. After Conrad went and had a very long talk with his son in private, and a very loud one, I hear, he was able to talk Keegan into signing the divorce forms and giving me the money I had requested. Right now, the divorce has been completed and I'm just waiting for that money to come into my bank account. It seems that Keegan's mother has some pretty decent debt and was hoping that her son would be able to pay it all off for her. But with the way things turned out for Keegan, she can no longer think about relying on him, and their relationship of being a very close mother and son has turned into two adults battling it out in an empty house every day. I'm sure it really is a sad life to be living, but there's nothing I can do about it, and nothing I'd want to do about it. As for myself and how things ended up with me, I'm still going out with Conrad every so often for coffee. We talk about how our lives have been going after our divorces and about how much more peaceful things are now after getting rid of those children.
Never come back here again, you broken, useless woman. If I see you around my house ever again, I'm calling the police on you. And then you could be taken away and turned into a proper adult in the society. Although, I wish I could have done that to you this time, but then I would have had to explain that to my son.
No matter what you say, I think it's you who should have the police called on them. You just punched me in the face. What kind of person thinks it's okay to punch a younger woman in the face for no good reason?
What's wrong with me punching a supposed robber in the face and kicking them out of my house? I know what you were here for, and I'm not gonna let your hidden intentions take a hold of my family.
A robber? I am your son's fiancé, for crying out loud. Why would I ever want to rob my own fiancé's dad? Why would I want to rob anyone, for that matter? I was just there to come and meet you, yet you stepped out of line the moment I came in and didn't even talk to me first about what you were suspecting.
Who cares at this point whether or not you're my son's fiancé or not? I don't even approve of you marrying him. Gosh, why did he have to end up with a woman like you? He has so much potential, and I've shown him so many other women that would fall for him in a heartbeat. All he has to do is just listen to me, and he'll have a much better woman that he can marry, who I know we can trust to be a good young wife for everyone.
What do you mean, why has he ended up with a woman like me? All I said was that I grew up with a single mother and that she was the only one to really raise me while I was going through school. I never did anything to you that would have come off as rude or hostile, right? And I definitely wasn't robbing you of anything.
You bringing yourself and that past of yours into my house is very rude of you, actually. Alright? My family is very famous, and we have a name to uphold in this city, in this state even. And seeing someone like you trying to sneak into my family is very recognizable. I've seen women like you before that try and get into rich and famous families, with the purpose of leeching off them like a nasty parasite. And not just me, but so have a lot of my colleagues as well. And if they see me letting a roach like you into my house again, they will begin to think differently of me in a far worse way. I'm sure whoever the man was that impregnated your mom, he's lucky to have run away from you all. He probably knew at first glance that you and your mother were both going to end up as useless members of this great society.
Huh? So in other words, you're just judging me harshly for being from a single mother household and are using that as reason to push me away? I have to say, you've made a situation that could very well put you behind bars, Geoff. This could have gone a lot better had you just expressed your concerns with me in the first place and let me explain myself a bit more to you so that you could understand who I am. But that probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway in the end.
The law doesn't care about what I've done to protect myself from a robber like you. Heck, if I had a weapon on me, I could have done you in, and there would be no one against me because I had to protect my son in this house. Ah, and another thing. All you moneyless people are truly thieves. You only live to try and get into us rich people's lives and take what we worked so hard for, right? Well, today our interaction has taught me a very good lesson. I'm going to need to invest in better house security now, that I see more rats like you on the horizon trying to dig their way into my money.
Man, I'm actually amazed by you. You must be talented in talking and regurgitating such garbage all the time. Today, you've really made yourself look like a textbook example of a greedy villain from some movie, and that's kind of hilarious, actually.
A villain? I'm the hero of this world. It's because of people like me who have bled for the position they're in that you lowlives and you moneyless people have the chance to even be able to live. You're the ones that get to have unemployment because you're too lazy and useless to get a job. And that all comes from the money I make. And you think, after living off all of that I've sacrificed for this world, you could come in and become part of my family now? Stop trying to make me laugh. This company of mine employs thousands of people that are below me. And if you wanted, I'd give you a job as well in the company. But I know you'd never be thankful for my kindness. So I'd rather you stay away from the greatness I offer this world.
I have a job right now, and it's working for someone that's a bit less egotistical than you. And me wanting to marry your son wasn't me trying to come into your family with any bad intentions, actually. I just wanted to marry your son, Ben, because I love him and he means the world to me.
That's the same thing. You marrying my son will make you a part of my family and have access to all my things that I've worked hard for. Who do you think will allow you to do that? It won't be me, I promise you that. Ben has been in countless newspapers with articles all written about how amazing of a young elite man he is. He is a star, shining bright in this city of mine. And you have no right taking him off his pedestal with whatever emotions you have for him. If he's going to be swayed by love, it better be to a woman that I approve of. Someone that's a celebrity, or comes with wealth.
But Ben wants to be married to me as well. He doesn't want to be with a celebrity or some stuck-up rich girl. We've already talked about all of this before and about the reason why he's choosing to be with me over all the countless other beautiful and wealthy women he could be with. And his reasoning was that someone like me didn't grow up in wealth or as someone that's a natural-born model, and that's what makes someone like me down to earth and special to him.
I don't care about what he thinks he wants. I am his father, and not only his father, but his CEO as well. Everything I say to him, he must abide by. And that's because everything I say is correct. He has an image to uphold for his family. And that image cannot be tainted by someone that the rest of this world's high society doesn't deem important. Do you understand?
Really? You're that important and powerful of a man then that everything you say is right?
I am. But I'm sure a lowlife like you would never be able to understand my power. I do not approve of the marriage between my elite son and some lowlife who was only raised by her mother. If my punch to your face has helped you understand that, then get lost, you moneyless thief.
But my mom is the chairman of your company.
You're a lying piece of trash. Nice try, but you'll never be able to get me to say sorry to you.
All right, I understand. It seems that this man is not the kind of person I'd assumed he'd be when making him my CEO. For a while now, he's been doing a decent job at what he's been tasked with, but I never really knew him well enough to say that I've seen something like this coming from him. That's what it seems, though, Mom. I was surprised by how badly he treated me. I've never even been treated that badly in my life, let alone been punched. I get that he's got a huge misunderstanding of my situation and everything, but for him to take it so far that he'd physically hit me is just mind-boggling to me. What has Ben been saying about this? I'm sure after what he had to witness, he's in a pretty tough spot with his dad. For the longest time now, he's struggled in dealing with his dad, actually. Ever since he was born, his dad made it very clear that Ben couldn't have a life of his own and that he was the only one who could make choices for him. That's why originally I was going to introduce myself and ask his dad to allow me to marry his son. I tried my best to sell to him that I would be a great wife to his son and him when I married into the family. But I think me saying that I've only been raised by you led him to believe there's something wrong with me. and that he's not the man that'll allow anyone with a perceived imperfection to be with his perfect and elite son. So much for that now, and I regret that I ever brought anything about myself up to him. If he was going to be that upset about it, I should have just lied to him to get his approval, and then after the marriage took Ben as far away as I could from him. I'm sure Ben's pretty upset by this as well. I myself never saw Geoff as being that sort of hideous man. This is my fault for letting him think he could get away with such a thing. Maybe the position of CEO is too much for him, and he thinks that in that position he's something better than everyone else and above the law, which really scares me. But him becoming a CEO does kind of make him a big deal, right? I mean, he's in charge of a lot of your company now, and without someone in that position, you'd have a very hard time keeping your company under control. So there was no helping him from being corrupted by power and the name he has now. He must have done something for the company that made you trust him, and that means it's fine letting him stay in that position. However, it would be nice for him to go to 1 or 2 ethics classes in the near future. No matter how good he's doing at his job, if he has a terrible personality, then he's not worth being in the company. If this is how he's acted out towards you, then I'm sure a lot of the employees within the company have felt the same kind of wrath. I'm going to start a very thorough investigation into him and have him fired at the end of it. I want to know what others in the company think of him, and I want to see what else he's done that I'd never guessed he'd do. That way I'll have all the evidence stacked against him, just in case he thinks he can try and fight me in this company on my decision. And also, punching my own daughter like that, I cannot allow that sort of behavior. I bet he'd never have done something like that if I came along with you to meet him. Can you make sure to take pictures of your face and everything that's bruised up or swollen so that we can use the pictures later as even more evidence? I just want to make sure we have everything covered before taking care of that gross pile of garbage. I'm fine though, Mom. He actually sucks at throwing punches, and so that last one was like taking a pillow to the face. I get that you need to do something about him, and I do want you to make sure he pays for his way of thinking. But above the physical pain I feel right now, having to see Ben as sad as he is right now is heartbreaking to me. He was the one that brought me along to meet his dad, and now he feels some sort of responsibility for what's happened. I've told him that he doesn't need to feel sorry, but every time he sees my black eye, he starts to cry a lot. You have a black eye now, too? Make sure that you start putting ice around it to help it all go away soon. And as for you and Ben, I think you need to go have a long talk about this with him and explain that he really doesn't have to feel any sort of responsibility for what happened. I'm not sure even he thought his father could stoop as low as he did. And I'll make sure not to step into that. It's your guys' decision. You're old enough now and at that point in your life where you need to be there for him and comfort him when he's at his weakest. I'm sure what would really make him happy is talking all this through after he's done crying. Yeah, all right. I'll do that. Just know that I myself feel sorry for never noticing the true man that's been Geoff. So don't worry about him anymore. I'll take care of him for you. And I'll make sure he gets to see all the damage he's caused by acting like an entitled child. Just focus on your soon-to-be husband. I totally understand now why Ben has hated his dad so much. The only thing is, no matter what his dad does to him, he always seems to want to stay by his dad's side. I really don't want him to think that he has to be tethered to his dad anymore and that he can leave whenever he wants because he's an adult. Ben, he still wants to get married to you even now, right? Of course. No matter what anyone has to say about us, we know that we'll be at our happiest when we get married. For example, even if you were against us, we'd still get married. I know you never would be, but if you were, I'd go as far as cutting ties with you in order to marry Ben. That's how much I love him, Mom. That kind of stubbornness is just like me, Isabel. I think so. So no matter what that idiot Geoff says to me, we'll be fine. Actually, it's kind of fun being picked on by him. Geoff really does try to go all out, making me seem like some kind of a monster at times. But he ends up sounding like a gosh darn fool in doing so. Even if it's fun now, just make sure to take care of yourself around him. That sort of mental and physical harassment that he's trying to do to you, you can only bear it for so long, so we need to make sure to handle it before you run out of strength. I'm worried about you, but I know you can handle yourself. I'll be fine, Mom. I'm just like you, right? Making me pretty dang strong. You've always been on your own, and I've learned a lot from you being a strong single mother that raised me. And so, because of what you've taught me, I'm not going to lose to some pussy of a man. I'm sorry. I'm sure that I put you through a lot of tough experiences when you were younger. Also, I bet there were plenty of times growing up that you felt that you were all alone in this world. There were times where I was lonely, but I'm still happy that I have you as my mom. You are so kind, yet strong, and for the longest time now, I've wanted to become someone like you. You really are a mother that I can brag about, Mom. Ben grew up with a mother and father and always had someone around him, but I feel that he's even lonelier now than I was back then. Thank you, Isabel. I'm happy to hear that. And I hope that soon we can help Ben escape that monster for good. We will. And you don't have to thank me. Me being able to say all these nice things about you is what makes me such a cool daughter, right? Saying something that can make you that happy without even having to think about it. I'm actually really happy to have you as my daughter, though. I honestly don't know what to say sometimes that'll show you how fortunate I am to have you. Don't worry about it. Sorry if I made you feel as though you had to praise me. I know that you're happy to have me, and I feel the same about having you. Thank you always, Mom. No, thank you always, Isabel. When this is all over, how about we all take some time off? Ben, yourself, and I go somewhere relaxing for a little while. That would be wonderful, Mom. Geoff, I have something I'd like to talk about for a moment. Is that okay with you?
Well, if it isn't the chairman. What's been going on? You know that anytime you need to talk, you could come stop by my office and chat. But anyway, has something happened?
Yes, something has happened. Geoff, do you recall anything?
Recall anything? No, the company has been doing very well lately, so nothing outside the ordinary has happened here. You should be quite aware that our company is doing much better, as a matter of fact, with me in charge.
Is that so? Well, has anything happened outside the company?
No, I have been having a splendid life outside my work that I'm very proud of. But, to be honest, I consider anything outside my life and the office my second shift of work, as I'm always on the clock.
A splendid life. I see. So then you'd consider that your splendid life would also involve punching women in the face?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Seems you did quite the number on my daughter.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure what you're talking about at this moment.
My daughter, Isabel. She happened to stop by your house to introduce herself and talk with you about how she'd be marrying your son. But I've been told by her that things didn't go anywhere close to plan, and you did something rather unthinkable. I've also made sure to talk with your son about this, so please do not say that you've forgotten about this.
What can I say?
Tell me right now, Geoff. What did you end up doing to my daughter?
You're wrong. What happened was, well, she was talking back to me very rudely, but say that I punched her in the face is not true. I'm sure all I did was tap her on the shoulder or something for that.
If someone were to punch you in the face, would you allow that?
I'm being serious right now. I'm sure that all of this could have been avoided in some manner, but saying that I punched her?
Well then, what's this recording that I have?
Huh? No, that's...
This is the recording that Isabel took when she was around you. And you can hear very clearly the sound of your fist hitting her cheekbone and her then falling to the ground. And I have your son as a witness to all of this happening to her. So what the hell did you plan to do after all this went down?
You have my son as a witness? What has Ben even told you about this?
He told me that his dad had punched Isabel in the face. He then followed that by saying that it's his fault this all happened and that he's sorry. Are you not embarrassed as a father to have your son be the one apologizing for your necessary actions?
That backstabbing idiot. Well, what he's told you is all false. I'm sure that she may have fallen over when I ran into her, but I never actually punched her in the face.
You told me just a second ago it was only a tap on her shoulder.
It's because of my son saying a bunch of BS to you that everything spun out of control for a second. To be real with you, if I'd known that she was your daughter...
So you're saying that if she wasn't my daughter, it'd be acceptable to physically assault her like that? Punching her in the face and giving her a black eye?
That's not what I meant by that exactly. But I do not approve of them both getting married now. I mean, I have the right to choose who is going to marry my son, since he's the one that'll be getting my position next, right?
Stop trying to change the issue here. You said some very inappropriate things to your son's fiancée and then proceeded to punch her in the face. I know that for a fact. So let's continue talking about that.
But well, this is all... You've got it all wrong. Really, I think I've been set up.
I never imagined you were this pathetic of a man. As of today, you are no longer going to be the CEO anymore.
Huh?
Get all your things together and then get out of this building.
Hold on for a second. This is all strange, right? Do you not know how much I've sacrificed for the sake of this company already?
And you're the one that chose to sacrifice all of that yourself. Now be a man and accept your fate.
But...
I have made my choice with you and it will not be changed. You should also understand that kind of mentality well enough, right, Geoff?
I understand. I'll allow it. I did in fact punch Isabella in the face by accident. And as for my son, well, I'm really sorry for what's happened.
You think I'm going to forgive you because you allow my daughter to marry your son?
Well, then what should I do to get you to forgive me? Shall I come to you and get on my hands and knees and beg? Would that be enough to make you happy?
Well, if you happened to do that for me, you might get a better understanding of the kind of trash you really are. Well, it doesn't matter now. I don't want to see you ever again, Geoff.
Please hold on, Chairman. Can you please listen to my side of the story? Hey, can you please do something about this? I never actually knew you were the daughter of the chairman.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you to make the chairman understand my side of things. I never meant any harm back then. I was just thinking a bit too much about Ben and, well, just for right now, get your mom to understand me.
Understand you? My mom understands you and your intentions clear as day.
Right now, she believes for some reason that I actually punched you back then. You were just talking out your butt saying that.
I am not. You punched me in the face, and so I told my mom about it. Well, that's all right, though. I have that recording of what had happened, so stop trying to change the past and just prepare yourself.
Huh?
I'm taking you to court, Geoff. And I've already made a victim's report of what you've done to me. And I believe the police will begin to investigate the case here soon.
Well, wait a minute. That's going way too far. I'm trying to keep all of this within the family.
No matter what you try and say to me, I'm taking you to court. That's the whole reason I recorded us in the first place.
Then, that means you're fine with never getting to see my son again, right?
Excuse me? Why would that happen after taking you to court?
Did you hear me? He is my son, and he's my property. I plan to have him become the next CEO of this company. So if you're going to take me to court, then you better give me my things back.
Well, Ben has said that he's never going to see you again.
No frickin' way. That man respects me more than anyone else in this world. All you've been trying to do is brainwash my son.
Weren't you the one brainwashing him this whole dang time? You used your authority as his dad to take complete control of his life and never let him make his own choices. Perhaps it's time you start thinking about how he feels before you go and take everything that means anything to him away.
Shut the hell up. What does a fatherless baby like you know what a father should be like?
Me having only my mother around to raise me has nothing to do with this. I was at least able to be loved by my mom while she was still around caring for me at home, and she's taught me a lot, and still does.
And I've done the same. I've given him all the love he needs, and that's why he's an elite. I made sure to raise him the way I did so he could be happy and powerful. And we all know that being an elite is the only way to be happy in this world.
Well, Ben's happiness is achieved by being around people that love him and allow him to live a simple and calm life. And he's grown to hate you using the words elite and loser in the house. He's literally saying that he's happier anywhere besides being near you now.
What? Is that right?
I'm sure you would never have known that, right? And the reason for that is simple. You never loved Ben. Rather, you just saw him as a piece of property that you could use to make yourself look better as a man.
What the hell do you know?
Right? Of course, I don't know crap about someone like you. The only thing I do know, though, is that compared to my mom, you are like the plague.
You are nothing more than a mother's girl.
Saying it just like you're still in middle school. Stop it, Geoff. You really are not in the position to fight back anymore.
For Christ's sakes, you're nothing. Hey, please, can you come back to me? I'll promise to never step out of line again.
Geoff, do you think you can stop trying to talk to me? At this point, you and I are complete strangers.
Please? All of my family has cut ties to me, and my wife got up and left me here all alone. And as for work, I haven't been able to find any company willing to hire me.
And that's what you get. That life you're living now suits you perfectly.
Well, I've thought about and learned from everything now. Just give me one last chance, please. I really want to see Ben again.
All right, then. I'm sure you're just trying to get money from us now that you can't borrow anymore, right?
Huh?
I already know, Geoff. For the past few months, you felt sorry for yourself and have proceeded to go out late at night to play on the streets. And the story about you spending $200,000 in a single night is really buzzing on social media. You even pay people to call you CEO still because that's the only thing making you happy, right?
You even know about that?
Geoff, you have nothing to offer me or my family. All you do is push others down so that you can continue to hang on to your pride, even going as far as to ruin other people's happiness. And now that you're in a time of desperation, you are trying to get any kind of help there is, but only as long as you still feel on top. But you are a disgrace, and nobody wants you around them anymore.
What the?
As a parent, as a husband, and even as a member of society, you are a disgrace who will never be wanted. And I do not want myself or those that I care about being around you.
I have really thought about everything that's happened and learned my lesson. Do you really think it's okay to say such heartless things like that to someone who's already been through enough?
You've been through enough? Well, if you've really gone through enough to learn from your mistakes, then where is my apology?
Huh?
You said terrible things about me as well as assaulted me, yet I have not heard a single apology from you.
I feel like I've apologized already for that.
No. You made a poor attempt to apologize to my mom about that, but still haven't said anything to me. I always thought that those who had really gone and learned their lessons start by apologizing for what they've done. Well, it doesn't matter much now. I'd love for you to continue living in that world you call hell.
What about Ben? What's happened with him? I want to talk to my son now.
You've read that letter from him by now, right? What did he say in that letter?
He said the next time I come around you guys, he'll make me pay.
I'm sure that's hard for you to understand, but what he means is for you to stay away. So please respect his wants and leave us alone. I know that you've never been good at respecting him, but your life depends on it this time. So make this the last thing you can be good for and stay the hell away.
Why? I think it'd be okay for you guys to at least forgive me a little. Right now, I'm super close to even losing my own house and having to live on the streets.
No matter what you say to me, I've made my choice and it will not be changed. I'm like my mom, Geoff, a stubborn woman. After that, I blocked Geoff's phone number and since then have not heard from him again. In his case, he was surrounded by loads of debt and lost his house to the bank. And when he went begging for someone to help him, there wasn't a soul around willing to give him a hand. He also lost all connections to his family, and his wife divorced and ran away from him. He lost his job as the CEO and now has a very difficult time finding any work besides part-time gigs. With all of that pressure crushing his own rotten soul, he ran far from the city we were all in, off to somewhere nobody knows. There are some rumors that maybe he borrowed money from loan sharks and that he was abducted by them when he never paid them back in time. But no matter what the truth may be for his disappearance, I'd like to know because a man with his kind of fragile pride must be in shambles. As for me and my life, I was able to buy a brand new house, and both Ben and I have been living there starting our new life together. And in Ben's case, he took over the role as CEO from his dad, and is now being supported with the help of my mom, making his next year for the company look outstanding compared to when his dad ran the place. Ben was also able to forget a lot of the horrible memories he had of his dad, and didn't feel as much spite towards him, which is a relief for me. Now he has his job as the CEO to focus on, and that's really helped him get over his dad. I'm so glad that I get to be with Ben now and that he's even more happy. And knowing that he no longer has to struggle with his dad has made me even happier.
What are we going to do about dinner tonight? You better be making it this time. Last time you were on a business trip, and you never were home to do any of the chores. Do you think it's a good time for you to stop trying to piss me off all the time?
Do you think you can stop talking to me like that? You've always been talking to me like that, and it's already made me more than unhappy with you.
Why should I? It's my right as the man of this house to be able to boss you around however I'd like.
Sure, but I'm telling you that I hate it, so would you stop? And also, when I'm around the house, I'll do my best to get any chores done for us. But recently, I've been very busy with work and haven't had much time to be home to take care of things. So I want you to show a little understanding with that.
Understanding? What are you talking about, Anna? Why would you want that from me when it's your fault that your work is busy?
What do you mean by that?
Your work and me have nothing to do with one another, right? You're my wife! And so, the only relation anything has with me is you doing your job here, in the house. But if you can't do that, would you rather us get divorced? You know dang well that if you were divorced by me, you'd be screwed!
You said the same thing yesterday, that you were filling out the paperwork, right? Were you being serious? Do you think it's okay to think of that even when you're not as upset with me?
I just want to let you know that I can have you thrown out of here whenever I please. And if it does happen, I want it to be quick for us. After all, a woman like you is barely of any use to me. So, if you continue to not get the housework done for me, then throwing you on the streets should be enough to teach you a lesson.
Even though I have a job of my own that pays about the same pay as you? And I'm working it just as much as you do. I've been getting most of the housework done, right? What I'm trying to say is that you don't even bother to do anything to help at the house like I do. Yet, even with you giving nothing to our relationship, you sit there whining and complaining about all the hard work I've done.
You call it complaining, but to me, it's trying to get you to do your job. After all, it's well known that all the housework needs to be done by the wife. So could you stop trying to blame me for doing what's right? But if you can't seem to get a handle on things, I'll just have to throw you away before you make me too embarrassed. Well, life would be a lot better without you around, you pain-in-the-butt wife.
Well, if you're gonna go as far as that, then maybe we are finished. I understand what you want now, so I'm quitting my job as your wife.
Oh, you're really going to quit now? Well, maybe if you stop talking back to me like this all the time, you'd have time to think about why I'm right. Do your job from now on. You have to make sure you do as your husband says. I mean, that's the only reason I married you in the first place, Anna.
Well, you make a good point. I'm at the point now where I can't even think of anything besides my understanding of you, Bryce. So, That's what we'll do then?
Go ahead! This better mean you listen to everything now, right?
No, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm saying that I'll do as you've asked so that I can make you happy. And so, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, already, just get home right now! If you have enough time to talk to me like this, then you must be finished with your work over there. So hurry home now! I need my dinner!
When I'm finished with my work, I'll come home. That's what everyone does, right? I'll see you later.
I'm not going to ask this again. Will you please stop screwing around?
Huh? What are you on about?
How long are you going to be overseas for work? Do you really think I'm fine with you being away from home this long? Hurry up and get home now! I can't deal with your crap any longer, woman!
Who are you calling woman like that? I want to know why the heck you're talking to me like that and what for. Do you not have any idea what you're asking for by talking to me with that attitude? What do you want?
I'm telling you to stop your trip overseas and come back! You think you can just get away with not cooking for me because you have a business trip to go on? It's almost been 2 weeks of you now dodging me! Are you fine with me divorcing you?
What? Why are you saying all that now? Are you trying to threaten me again?
I'm not just threatening you. I'm being very serious about leaving you. This is me demanding that you come home now! Are you going to ignore your husband's demand?
Wait, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to make it clear to you that if you don't come back to me and make my dinner, I'm going to throw you onto the streets. You can't just run away for a few weeks and leave your husband at home with nothing to eat, can you? I don't ever remember saying that was okay for you to do. If it was going to be this long, I would have explained all of this to you before you left. Come back to the States, right now! You're getting the choice of either a divorce or leaving your job. Choose, now!
Do you not see how crazy a situation you've created for yourself? I have no reason to be listening to you. But you think I'll come back for you? You're a frickin' idiot, man.
What did you just say to me? You think it's okay to start calling me an idiot now, do ya? If I'm not around for you anymore, you won't be able to do a thing on your own. Who's been the one that's put this roof over our heads and food to eat?
And that's obviously been you, right?
Are you saying you're not thankful for all I've given?
Why would I be thankful for you? You seem to be at the point now that you've become so insane that you don't even know what you're saying anymore. Why would I need to be thankful to you, Bryce?
Do you think it's okay to make me this pissed off right now? I won't forgive you for this one. I am your husband, and you've just gone and pushed me to my limits.
My husband? You are very wrong about that.
Huh? You're that much of a piece of garbage that you can't even call me your husband anymore? If you take one more step further, I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back anymore. I'm going to divorce you.
Huh?
You think a wife that leaves her husband to go overseas and is never around to do her chores can just talk to me like that? If you don't get on a plane right now and come home to make me dinner, I'm divorcing you!
But we divorced last month, right?
Huh?
What the hell have you been saying this whole time? I told you last month that we had gotten divorced. We've been divorced for weeks now, so why are you coming at me saying that you're still my husband and have demands for me?
What are you saying? We're divorced? Don't talk to me about such nonsense! Since when did we ever get a divorce, Anna? I'm tired of you always getting this confused!
What am I confused about exactly? I already handed in our divorce paperwork a while back, and so I assumed we've been divorced since then. And I made sure to tell you all that last month when it happened.
You were being serious about all of that?
Why would I have ever been joking back then about that? There wouldn't have been anything in it for me if I'd done so.
Huh? Then we're divorced? Huh? What's going on? When? How did you end up doing that without me ever noticing?
You said you'd filled out all the paperwork yourself, right?
So then you used that?
Of course I did. You had flaunted the fact that you'd filled out all your parts and everything, and so I took it and handed it in last month. So why are you talking to me about this now? We haven't been together now for a month, so why are you coming back to me now?
I never knew that you and I had gotten divorced. I just thought that you had left the house to go on a business trip.
Well, I'm not on a business trip right now.
Huh? What do you mean you're not on a business trip?
Well, I assumed that since you and I are nothing now and that you're just a stranger to me, I had no reason to tell you where I was going. I'm not on some business trip. Rather, I went and changed my career and I'm now working for a company outside the US. So I'm not going to be coming back there to be home anytime soon.
Huh? You're living overseas now then? Since when did you think you could just do all of that without letting me know at least? Why didn't you at least say that before you left? You know that I would have never let you go without my permission!
I'll tell you one last time. We are divorced now, you and I. So why would it make it necessary to have to come check in with you before making my own choices? We have never been that close to each other, especially now.
You say that like we were never even married. You were my wife, right?
But when I handed in that divorce paperwork, we went right back to being strangers. You were the one that kept asking for it, so I went and played along. Why would you think that I'd never hand the papers in?
You're asking me why? Because I never assumed you'd hand them in.
Come on. Did you really let yourself believe that without you I'd never be able to make it on my own? Well, if you still believe that, take a good look at me now. Whose house do you think you're living in right now?
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, have you already left the place then? You knew that the house we were in was the house I took a loan out on to afford, so it was under my name.
What does that even mean? Huh? Is that right?
So you never even realized that either. Funny, since you had always made it seem like you put that roof over our heads. I at least hope you could have done some chores or something without me. The person that's been able to live with the help of others has been you, not me. So I'm wondering, why are you in someone else's house?
What do you mean by someone else's house? This is our house, right?
You're still wrong. You've been living in someone else's house ever since you and I got divorced. I didn't really care since I had moved away, but I plan to have that place sold very soon.
Huh? You're selling it?
I told you that after the divorce, right? That you needed to leave?
I just thought that everything you said to me back then was you trying to continue our fight or something.
Well, at this point, I don't have any plans to fight anymore. I had already told my realtor that the house would be going up for sale, and that's why I just thought I'd mention it to you. Anyway, before I called the police on you for trespassing, get out of that house. You had planned to have me tossed on the streets after a divorce, but how does it feel now to be told to leave my house?
I can't believe this. Are you really okay with what's all happening right now? I can't believe you've been planning on throwing me out.
Even if you can't believe it, they're all just the facts, so hurry yourself up and get a move on. I plan to come back for a little bit to help with the selling of the house, and I don't want you around while I'm there. And actually, why are you still there?
Huh? You're selling it? Why, Anna? This place was also my house. Even if you tell me to leave this place now, I can't just do it in a day.
Come on now. You've been the one planning this for a while now, right? Whenever I did something you didn't like, you used divorce as a way of threatening me. And even after telling you over and over again to stop, you keep coming at me with that horrible attitude of yours. You never even learned to change the way you acted out towards me, and so this is the price you get to pay. I'm so happy you decided to fill out a lot of that divorce paperwork because it made my decision a whole lot easier.
You're kidding, right? Does this mean you've always wanted to divorce me? Why, though? You'll never be able to find as good of a husband as me!
What? A good husband? What part of you is good?
What the?
If you're referring to all the plates you'd leave behind after eating and the rare occasions that you come around and make a meal for us, I think you're very wrong for making that seem like you were a good husband.
Huh? I was?
On top of that, your hateful attitude towards me that you'd have every day and the fact that you always tried to look down on me really showed me how terrible of a husband you were. Do you understand what I mean? It was impossible for me to be around you, especially when you got all worked up. But we're divorced now, so I don't really care if you understand me or not. So, why have you still not left the house after getting divorced?
You're asking me why?
So you really did not think we were divorced.
Anna, this isn't good. Can you please stop trying to mess with me? I didn't know anything about you selfishly handing in those documents without me. And asking me to leave all of a sudden is not going to sit well with me.
Huh? Do you not see who's messing around right now still?
Huh?
This is all what you deserve after treating your kind wife so horrible after she told you to lay off of her so many times. If you'd wanted to have someone around the house to do the chores all the time, you should have hired a maid or something like that. Well, if you're not even able to pay for the house you're sitting in right now, you probably never had the money to hire your own maid.
I don't want to leave. We're family, and we should be living together. Moving overseas without ever telling me, that's not the right thing to do right now. Can you please come back? If I don't have you with me, I'll be the one getting screwed.
You've changed so much from the man you were before that I can't help myself from laughing. Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm doing great without you. Actually, this is the best I've ever felt in such a long time, so I want you to stay away. Now hurry up and leave my house. You should be able to clean up by yourself by now. You're 36 years old, for God's sake.
My age has nothing to do with that. Please don't throw me away already. If I don't have you anymore, I'm going to have nowhere to live. I won't be able to survive. Don't throw me away.
Who was the one that made a fuss about me not being able to cook for you every day and that you'd throw me away for it?
Did I really say that?
If you can't seem to remember that, then go back 1 month in the text history and you'll be able to read everything. I'm getting tired of having to sit here and baby you right now. Well, I have a new life to make for myself over here now. Go on and enjoy your new life as a moneyless and worthless man already. In the end, Anna moved on and ignored anything else Bryce said to her. And after, it seems that Bryce was finally kicked out of her house. He had lost his house now and had no family to move in with. But since this is the life he asked for, there's no chance of anyone being around to help him back up. His mental health began to take a decline, and soon he couldn't make it into work as much, and so he soon lost his job as well. On the other hand, Anna's doing great with her new career, and she was finally able to make her dream come true of working and living in another country. And deep down, she's very happy for divorcing Bryce and making good use of herself. I guess the way he treated her really did seem to help her out after all.